Hopefully there's not an issue with me putting my tent just right in the middle of this. Got a nice cut on my leg. I'm gonna get water and then gather some wood for a fire. Make sure I have that ready to go before I worry about dinner. Dinner time. Waiting for my water to boil, and then I'm gonna make my chicken fried rice. I've had these Mountain House meals forever, and I figured I should use them. So while that's happening, I'm going to go look for a place to hang my food bag. Honestly, I could probably just throw it somewhere, because if they steal my food, it doesn't really matter. Off to find a tree for my food bag. I gave up on the food bag. That tree just wasn't working, and that was the only one nearby. Ah, too hot. Okay, gotta wait. It is a little after 7:30. It is pretty dark. Fire's taking care of itself for now. So I think I'm just gonna relax and do what pretty much any man would do when they're out in nature by themselves. I ate a lot of food, but I feel like I could keep eating. I had chicken fried rice with a chicken packet inside of it. Then I ate a bag of veggie straws. Then I ate a bag of peanut M&Ms. And then I ate half a bag of Korean barbecue beef jerky. I don't know if it was beef, maybe it was pork. I've never had Korean barbecue, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Jack Link's Korean barbecue does not actually taste like Korean barbecue. It did taste good though. This turned out really nice. I don't know what was going on in my head that I wanted to leave. But once I finally got out into some interesting terrain like this, and I thought it would be actually cool to camp here, that's sort of shifted my mindset a little bit. I feel like I'm just like bleeding everywhere. I just laid out by the fire while it died for a while. It's 9 o'clock. I just really liked laying out there, so I just laid out there basically until I felt like my eyes were starting to get heavy and it was starting to get a little bit chilly. It's really not that clear of a night. It's fairly cloudy, but you can see a ton of stars just because there's no light pollution at all. I was having a good time, super comfortable, just laying down on my mat next to the fire while it died down. And then even after it died down, I just laid there. I'm gonna get ready for bed, which basically entails just wiping myself down because I just hate getting into my sleeping bag all grimy. I'm also gonna probably get pretty naked and check for ticks because I've been bushwhacking it a little bit today and I don't want Lyme disease. Since the food bag hanging was a total failure, I'm gonna do the totally not approved thing and just chuck my food bag over here somewhere away from my tent. Good luck, little buddy. It is like 9:45 or like 9:30, 9:45, something like that. Hopefully I will sleep in, and then we will figure out what the plan is in the morning based on the way today went. I'll probably change my mind 20 times. We'll see how that goes. All right. Good night. Just sort of moseying around, getting up. It's about 7:30. Must have rained a little bit last night. Not anything too hard, but everything's a little wet. I've just been looking at some maps, trying to decide what I want to do for the day. Still don't really know. I'm just sort of taking my time getting ready. I'm gonna make some breakfast, make some coffee, and figure out what to do from there. As I was getting out of my tent, I saw a archery hunter 50 yards away, just walking up the field. Looks over at me, do a little friendly wave, and then he waves back and keeps going. But I'm probably blowing up his spot. Does it look like oatmeal? Probably can't see it. Can't look in the bag. Probably looks gross, but oatmeal kind of looks like that way anyway. Oh shoot, I forgot I brought raisins. Stole these from Nolan. Seeing that hunter made me think about how many hunters I might have passed yesterday. It is archery season, so they could have just been sitting in trees while I walked by, acting like an idiot. It's starting to rain. I knew there was a chance of rain on the forecast, but I thought it was like a really small chance. And then I assumed that meant basically it just wouldn't rain, or maybe it would like sprinkle or something. It started sprinkling while I was out there, and then it just turned into a full-blown rain. I just needed to stop for a little bit so I can pack up and get going. And if I have to hike in the rain, it's fine. It's just packing up in the rain's annoying. When I woke up, I was feeling a little adventurous, and I started thinking about where all I could hike and how far I wanted to hike today. But now that it's raining and I'm pretty wet, and I'm going to get more wet, I'm not really feeling it. This is probably a horrible idea, but it is misting, but it's mostly done. I was getting kind of hot in my tent. I was getting kind of stuffy in there. It feels good out here now. Everything is going to be wet. My feet are definitely going to be wet, but oh well. All right, we're all packed up, leaving camp. It is 9:30. I need to stop at this creek and fill up my water just to make sure I'm good, so I don't have to worry about it. And then we will get on our way. See if I can get lost again today. Right off the bat, I'm gonna get my feet soaked. How'd your legs get so bloody, Josh? Well, that's fun. I'm gonna take this route, see how it goes. Brooke has gone backpacking with me twice. The one day we did a short trip near Kinzu, and the second we decided that when we get back we were gonna get Chick-fil-A, she suddenly just started power walking because she wanted to get back so we could get to some Chick-fil-A. Another time we were planning to go, she was adamant that she wanted s'mores or at least marshmallows. And I was trying to explain to her that like when you're backpacking, you don't really take as much stuff as you would maybe normally camping, and then kind of forgot about it. And then fast forward to that night at camp, and we're sitting around a fire, and all of a sudden she pulls out an entire unopened bag of marshmallows. And I was like, you couldn't just pack like a couple of them? Because she really wanted marshmallows. I thought I could tell my feet were wet, but now I can tell they are really wet. I can feel water squishing around. Walking through some high grass, the tops of my feet just getting doused. All right, I made it to this road intersection. Now I need to decide if I want to keep going. I think I decided to do more. The problem is it's either basically go home in like 30 minutes or hike like maybe 12 miles. I can't really tell. I'm literally just using a stick that I cut off to match the length of the mileage scale on here and just trying to see how long it is on the map. Here's my stick. I am cautiously planning to do the long hike, but my feet are already so wet. I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter if I get horrible blisters. When I did that Black Forest Trail hike, I was concerned about it because the following week I was going on a trip with Brooke and we were gonna do some hiking. Oh, I see yellow blazes right there, but don't really see a trail. So I'm not sure if I should follow that. Gonna keep going. It looks like on the map there's another trail up here that should be a little bit more accessible for bikes and horses and stuff, which I'm hoping means it's wider and I won't be fighting overgrown trees the whole time. I think this is it. There are no markings whatsoever. I'm just gonna start walking down that and see what happens. Looks like we're intersecting the Quehanna Highway. Yeah, I could just walk that all the way back to my car. It's probably only a couple miles, but we're gonna go this way. I just spooked some deer. Saw a couple white-tailed deer out in the middle of this power line clearing. I've been trying to keep an eye out because this trail has been really smooth and easy to walk on. So I've been trying to walk with my head up and look for deer, or an elk would be amazing, but I don't see that happening. I love these power line clearings though, just to be able to see forever. What do you think this is? Just a random jar with a hole in it? It's a hiker trap. This area is cool. A ton of trees, but it's actually really open. If I didn't have a lot of mileage to do today, I would consider just sitting down and just hanging out for a little bit. I'm not exactly a quiet hiker. I don't know if elk can smell as good as white-tailed deer. I would be shocked if I get to see one today. I also just remembered that people are probably out here hunting. I just turned off that wide trail onto Meeker Trail, but it's a funny turn of events because this actually picks up where my original path was supposed to go. In my last video, I thought these little things were ferns, and they're not. These are ferns. Normally they'd be green, but those are ferns. There is a campsite up here that was actually going to be my day 2 campsite that I'm gonna check out, and maybe I'll take a break there. I have no idea what trail I'm on. She looked like she was mixing something in a paint can. This would have been a sweet spot to take a break. My legs are so dead.